When a project requires steep increases, the pattern will tell us to cast on a certain number of stitches at the beginning of a row. At first it might seem confusing because normally we cast on stitches when there are no stitches on the needles, not when we are halfway through the project, right? Despite the confusion, casting on stitches at the beginning of a row is a fairly simple task. There are at least 3 ways to do it, with each way creating a slightly different edge. Let's take a look at those ways one by one. The first way is probably the most common way to cast on stitches at the beginning of a row. It's basically the backwards loop cast on, but we make it with the working needle in the left hand. Here's how it happens. Place your right index finger under the working yarn, then rotate the finger counterclockwise to make a loop with the working yarn at the back of the loop, like this. And then place this loop on the left needle. Then pull the working yarn to adjust the size of the loop. It should be about the same size as the rest of the stitches in this row, and you've just cast on 1 additional stitch. Let's do it again. So the finger goes under the working yarn, then you rotate the finger creating the loop and place the loop on the left needle and adjust the size. And keep doing that until you cast on as many stitches as your pattern tells you to cast on. And when you have those stitches right here in front at the beginning of the row, then you take the needle and start working this row as the pattern instructs you. It could be knits or purls or any other stitch pattern that you like. Once you work a few rows, then the edge will look like this. It is quite loose and it stretches a lot, as you see. It makes it good for the seaming because you can see the loops and it's easy to seam this edge. But if this edge is going to be open edge, if it's not going to be inside the seam, then this way is probably not the best option. Let's take a look at the second way. This time we'll use the knitted cast on. It's easy to make because it requires the same steps as knitting, except for the last part when we slip the original stitch off the left needle. With this cast on, we're not going to be slipping any stitches. We're going to be adding more stitches right here at the beginning of a row. The setup is the same. We hold the working needle in the left hand with the working yarn being at the right side of the work. Insert the tip of the right needle from left to right into the first stitch on the left needle, like this. Then wrap the tip of the right needle with the working yarn, and you can do it with the left hand or the right hand, doesn't really matter at all, and pull the wrap through the stitch, creating a new stitch, just like knitting. But instead of slipping the stitch off the left needle, we're gonna place the new stitch on the left needle, like this. Then pull the working yarn to adjust the size of the stitch, and here we go. We've just cast on 1 stitch. Let's do it again. Insert the needle into the stitch, wrap it with the yarn, pull the wrap through, and then place the stitch on the left needle. And keep doing that until you get as many stitches as your pattern tells you at the beginning of the row. Just like this. And then when you have all the stitches you need, simply start knitting the row, same way as we did when we discussed the way number 1. As a result, you will create an edge that looks like this. It is not as stretchy as the edge created by the backwards loop cast on, but it is also not as loose. That makes it perfect for many cases. It looks good as an open edge, and it also is quite easy to seam because the loops are still quite big and easy to see. And it won't add much bulk to the seam, which is also a good bonus. But if you're looking for a nice sturdy edge that would be best for the open edge, then let's take a look at way number 3. This way uses the cable cast on to add more stitches at the beginning of the row. This cast on is a bit fiddly, especially if you are a tight knitter, but overall it's a great way to cast on stitches. Here's how it works. Insert the tip of the right needle from front to back between the first and the second stitches on the left needle, like this. Then wrap the tip of the right needle with the yarn. It could be your left hand or right hand, doesn't really matter. And pull the wrap through, creating a new stitch. Then place this new stitch on the left needle and pull the working yarn to adjust the size of the stitch. But don't make the stitches too tight, because if the fabric is tight, it could be a bit tough to go in between the stitches, and it would be quite tough to pull the wrap through that little space between stitches. So keep your stitches moderately loose, and then you won't have any issues making this cast on. As a result, you will create a lovely edge like this that is not as stretchy. It holds shape really well, and it looks quite lovely on the edge, so it will be probably the best solution for edges that are not going to be in the seam, that are going to be visible. Well, now you know 3 ways to cast on stitches at the beginning of a row. Each way has its own little pros and cons, but none of them is difficult or overly complicated. To read this tutorial as a set of step-by-step photo instructions, follow the link in the description. To download it as a PDF, join the club or our community on Patreon. Thank you for watching this video and have a wonderful week. I'll see you in the next tutorial.